Hello, good evening. I'm Mumudu Kajaga, and this is QTV News coming to you from our studios on Caraba Avenue. Thank you for joining us. And now here are the main local and sports news headlines. The Ministry of Trade has issued a press release describing the price hike in basic commodities as disproportionately frequent and unacceptable. Residents of Bruceby Phase 1 are calling on authorities to help clear an illegal dump site growing in the community. A wholesale and retail distributor of textile, Goras Boutique, on Sunday opened a new branch in Bakote to expand its outlets to customers. In international news, police in Nigeria say gunmen on Sunday killed 16 people in an attack on a remote village in the country. And in sports news, Jareng Ward in Nyamina East constituency on Saturday held the final of its football tournament between Jareng United and Batinjol FC. Those were the main news headlines, and now the news in detail. Welcome and thank you if you're just joining us. This is QTV News. The Ministry of Trade has issued a press release describing the price hike in basic commodities at local markets as disproportionately frequent on a daily basis and also unacceptable, and that it will embark on a strong monitoring of retail prices to save consumers from exploitation. Mudulamin Choi has more.
The skyrocketing price of essential commodities has dominated headlines for quite a time, revealing public concern and demand for government's intervention. But the Gambia, being a free market economy, coupled with external factors contributing to prices going through the roof, the hardship remains unabated. In what appears to be a response to early public concern, the Trade Ministry issued a press release on Tuesday, reporting that it had convened a stakeholders meeting involving major importers of essential commodities, the Gambia Revenue Authority, Gambia Ports Authority, Gambia Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, and a representative of clearing and shipping agents to discuss the issue. The external factors affecting prices, such as the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic and the current Russia-Ukraine conflict, are well understood by many. However, government has stated in the press release that increment of prices of essential commodities in the domestic market is disproportionately getting more frequent on a daily basis at the retail segment of the market, describing it as unacceptable. The Trade Ministry cites an example of a commodity costing $100 in the morning and increasing to $125 in the evening. In the press statement, this is labeled as gouging and against the free market principles. It goes further to emphasize that government has not increased duty or taxes relating to essential commodities, and that consumers must not be taken advantage of in these challenging times, especially as we approach Ramadan. The Minister of Trade's press release ends by stating that government through GRA, GCCPC and other state security agencies will embark on a strong monitoring of retail prices to avoid consumers being exploited, and urges retailers to be fair in their pricing. The Trade Ministry finally warns that failure to comply will lead to prosecution of violators under the Competition Act. Mahmoud Lamin Choi, QTV News.
Residents of Bruceby Phase 1 are calling on authorities to help clear an illegal dump site growing in the community. The hazardous smoke and stench from the site is unbearable, they complained. Yahya Jao visited the area,
called on the authorities to clear the place and prevent the dumping.
We moved here 2 years ago. Since then, this dump site has been affecting us, particularly when it is set alight and thick plumes of smoke blowing from it. We cannot even open our doors. We stay indoors for almost 24 hours due to the pollution. We call on the authorities to help us, because this is not good for our health. If nothing is done, I would be left with no other option but to relocate.
Alasana Jalo, Alkali Jayu and Geneva Jalo, all residents of Bruceby Phase 1, are not happy about the dump site.
To be honest, I'm more favorable. Health-wise, I'm healthy.
To be honest, this dump site does not favor us. because the smoke and stench that emanates from the site is not healthy. All I have to say to the authorities is to help us remove this dump site. No one wants to live here in this condition. We are paying our taxes, so our rights must be respected.
We are really suffering. Most of the donkey carts usually come here to dump garbage. People come all the way from Sukuta and surroundings to dump waste here. We are on the Brikama Area Council, but they told us that the land belongs to Social Security. We just want them to help us prevent people from dumping here.
Dumping stuff at this site cannot continue. If it continues, there will be a big problem, and only the courts will separate us, because the youth are ready to protect the area. Sometimes, trucks come here at night to dump garbage, which is unacceptable. People in this community say they have used their own resources to clear the dump site and are still willing to pay again to clear it. However, there is no assurance that after clearing, the illegal dump site will stop. Coincidentally, QTV visited this dump site exactly 1 year ago today, March 22nd. And because the area falls under Brikama Area Council, we contacted the council on the issue. The PRO told us that 3 collection trucks go to Brusubi every Thursday to collect the garbage from Phase 1 and Phase 2, including the affected area. Yet, 1 year on, the garbage is still accumulating. Reporting for QTV News, I am Yahya Jao.
Now, a wholesale and retail distributor of textiles, Goras Bitik, on Sunday opened a new branch in Bakote to expand its outlet of offering high-quality fabrics at affordable prices for customers. Fodemani reports.
Family, loved ones, friends and customers attended the opening of the latest magnificent branch, marking a key milestone in the Bitik's expansion plan to get closer to making Goras Bitik accessible to every neighborhood in the country. Goras Bitik has already established itself a household name, known for its wide range of quality fabrics such as gasner, basin, wax, lace, poplin, twill, batiks, bedsheets, cottons, and many more at affordable prices. The shop, located beside the Gambia Mall at Tipa Garage, Bakote, is well air-conditioned with CCTV cameras, reception for customers, and reception for VIPs. Modu Jallo, a member of staff, tells us the secret of their success.
Goras Boutique ku ko xam ne dafa nekk ci dynamique boo xamantene ni dafay développer.
Anyone who knows Goras Bitik can attest to that we always provide high quality service, which is why we are still developing. Our formation is different from many. We are not only in the Gambia, we import our materials from all parts of the world, and we ensure our dignity remains the same. That is high quality and unique service for our customers. We have 3 shops in the Gambia, in Banjul, Serekunda, and now Bakote.
Adama Jain and Fatum Beng are long-time customers of Goras Bitik, and here they talk about their relationship with the businessman.
I have known Gora since he had a small shop, and I have been buying all my textiles from him ever since. He is a good person with humility and is very down to earth. Since I knew him, he has always delivered high-quality products at cheap prices. I am not surprised to see him progress this way.
One is the quality of the materials he has, but also in terms of it's rare as well. He brings things that are very unique as well. And you know, with women, you want to wear quality, but you also want things that are unique. And apart from that, he would also advise you in terms of when even you are buying material, what color combinations, what style, and all of that. So I think that all adds to the beauty in terms of, you know, the customer service that he and his team has as well, because customer service is also very important.
Gorambai, the proprietor, says the demand for his goods motivated him to expand his business and continue to provide high quality to his customers.
I am very happy today, but also I am grateful to Allah and all my staff and customers, without whom I would not have achieved this. I have been in this business a long time now, and the clients motivated me to keep expanding. I will want to tell them that they should not be deceived by the look of the shop. Everything inside here is cheap and affordable. This shop is just a store.
With this new shop, Gora's Boutique aims to enhance our dress style. Reporting for QTV News, I am Fode Mane.
From that report by Fode Mane, we will now take a short commercial break, and when we return, we still have some more local and sport news stories. Do stay tuned.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, QMoney and RIA just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your QMoney account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any QMoney agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, QPower, and other QMoney services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sinu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
What is at stake in this National Assembly election?
What are the local issues of the constituencies?
What do citizens expect of their parliamentarians?
QTV is the platform to answer these and many more questions.
From March 21st, QTV will bring you live daily debates between candidates across the country.
To gain an insight into your candidates program, tune in at 9 p.m. on QTV.
Welcome back, and thank you very much if you're just joining us. This is QTV News. Now, collecting, selling and buying scrap metals is an increased business in the Gambia as an enterprise to make some extra money. QTV's Lole M. Camara went out to find out how profitability of the enterprise in the country.
There are many scrap metal dealers in the country, locally called ferrite collectors. The business has been profitable in the past, but the price has declined sharply in the Gambia, and some collectors said buyers are exploiting them. However, that did not discourage some from quitting. Mamadou Ba, a scrap metal dealer who has been in this business for more than 7 years, said he sells scrap by weighing and not per item.
Kilo ko haldi 40 mana 1 kilo.
Here I weigh and pay my customers according to the number of kilos, which range from $3 to $7 per kilo. The money involved is not much, but we thank God for everything. For us, we buy all types of metal, and we keep everything for the Indians who buy from us and export it.
Aruna Juf buys scrap metal from dealers and recycle it into items like charcoal pots, grillers, and many other items. He explains how he started the business.
I have been in the trade for many years. In those days, dealers in scrap metal were not many because people don't care about these metals. But now, many people are taking it as a serious business.
Mr. Juve gives this advice to children involved in collecting scrap metal.
Ndaw borlo jema dab xaliss jital xaliss sa bop soko defé bo legé na la tardel ci lu bari.
I advise children collecting metals to always be mindful of the items they collect, because sometimes kids sell their parents' cooking pots and other utensils. They need to concentrate in school.
Dealers' taste for profit has caused an increase in theft of metallic materials in the Gambia. People have complained of their donkey or horse, wheelbarrows, rods, and other metal products missing, allegedly stolen by scrap metal dealers. A dealer in Larikunda who wants to remain anonymous said thieves are making their work very difficult because they steal scrap metal and sell it to them. Then the police will arrest them when the thieves are nowhere to be found. In Kenya in January this year, President Uhuru Kenyatta has put a moratorium on the export or the buying or selling of any scrap material under proper guidelines are put in place to regulate the sector. Kenyatta cited increased vandalism of public properties and government infrastructure, which he described as economic sabotage. At the Kanifing scrapyard, many people were seen collecting, separating and loading scrap metals into containers bound for export to India or Pakistan. The laborers said they are paid $400 a day. For QTV News, Loli M. Kamara.
Mujama Abdullah Quranic Memorization School in Jalambang in the West Coast region on Saturday organized a Quranic recitation to assess students' level of understanding of the Holy Quran. Omar P. Jallo has the rest of that story.
قل أطيعوا الله والرسول فإن تولوا فإن الله لا يحب الكافرين.
The event was held at the school ground in Jalambang, attended by parents and Islamic scholars. The talented students recited verses of the Holy Quran to the joy and pride of their parents and teachers. Welcoming the gathering, the Alcala of the village Lamin Jata commended the management of the school for the initiative and encouraged students to be disciplined in whatever they do. Knowledge without discipline is useless. Therefore, I advise you to be disciplined and emulate Martida, the proprietress of the school, who is able to achieve this because of her discipline. Martida Jaju, the proprietress, said the initiative is part of efforts to contribute to the promotion of Islam. While commending parents for entrusting her to educate their children, she highlighted some of the challenges the school is faced with and appealed for support.
We are trying our best, but we are faced with some challenges such as feeding and lack of classrooms to increase admission at the moment. I do sell ice to feed the 85 students studying at the campus. Also, 2 years ago, we got sponsors who wanted to build a classroom block, but when the coronavirus hit, the work stopped. We are appealing for help to complete the building.
Ustaz Aliu Cham, the guest speaker of the event, said the fact that the life of a Muslim is centered on the teaching of God the Almighty, which came through the Holy Quran and the life of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, parents should ensure their children are able to read and write verses of the Holy Quran. We cannot worship Allah if we don't know Him. And the only way to know Allah is to recite the Holy Quran and follow the teaching of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. I therefore encourage parents to enroll their children in Arabic schools for their own good in the hereafter. Established in 2012, the school has 235 students, out of which 85 are staying at the campus. Certificates were awarded to deserving students for their achievements and others for their contribution to the improvement of the school. Reporting for QTV News, I am Omar P. Jallo.
Well, the end of that story takes us now to international news. In international news, police in Nigeria say gunmen on Sunday killed 16 people in an attack on a remote village in the northwest of the country. The attack was the latest in a troubled region plagued with killings, kidnappings, persistent herder and farmer tensions, and an Islamist insurgency. Omar P. Jallo has more on that story.
Local media put the death toll as high as 37, including the village chief. According to Zamfara State Police spokesman, dozens of what he calls bandits on motorbikes invaded Ganarjia village, shooting 16 dead and kidnapping dozens. The village has been reportedly targeted by gangs, who mainly camps in the vast forest stretching across the region. Police said the military has been sent to the area to prevent further attacks and pursue the bandits. According to reports, local vigilantes have been mobilizing to provide some protection. Northwestern Nigeria has become a complex and volatile region, gripped by both Islamic insurgency and criminal banditry, where well-armed gangs raid villages, looting and burning homes, and getting rich kidnapping the residents for ransom. Worryingly, according to security experts, the gangs, driven by financial profit, are increasingly forging alliances with jihadists, whose insurgency has been tearing the region apart for the past 12 years. More than 700,000 people have been displaced in the region, according to the Zamfara State Information Commissioner, but there is no solution in sight. Reporting for QTV News, I am Omar P. Jallo.
That report by Omar P. Jallo takes us now to sports news. In sports news, Jareng Ward in Nyamina East constituency on Saturday held the final of its football tournament between Jareng United and Batinjol FC. Fodemane has more.
Jareng United could have finished the contest in the first half, but wasteful finishing meant they went into the break with scores still at zeros. At halftime, the captain of Batinjol FC, Modu Tala Sise, and the head coach, Omar Sise, were hopeful that they could contain the Jareng boys and turn things around to win the game. We are under pressure right now, but I'm hopeful of turning things around and winning the game. My boys lack a little bit of physique, but I trust them and I'm sure they can win the game for us. We played the first half goalless despite being under pressure, but still we are going to contain them in the second half and come back stronger. I am the leader. I have to lead and motivate the team to come out with the victory today. We will do our utmost best to win. When the game resumed, however, the Jareng lads continued their onslaught, and few minutes before the final whistle, United's captain, Lamin Dabo, sent home a powerful header from a set piece, which finally broke the deadlock. This was enough to cling the title for Jareng United, making them the champions of Jareng Ward in Nyamina East District. The captain expressed joy over the win.
For their good effort.
I will first thank my teammates who have put a lot of effort into the game. We played well and had a lot of chances in the first half, and at least 2 of them should have been scored. We came in the second half, and from a set piece, I scored with a header. I am very happy to win the trophy. The winners, Jareng United, were presented a cash prize of $10,000 and a trophy, while runners-up, Batinjol FC, went home with $7,000. Reporting for QTV News, I am Fodemane.
Well, interesting story there, and congratulations to Jareng United. Before we end this news bulletin, let's have a recap of our main news stories. The Ministry of Trade has issued a press release describing the price hike in basic commodities as disproportionately frequent and unacceptable. Residents of Brusubi Phase 1 are calling on authorities to help clear an illegal dump site growing in the community. A wholesale and retail distributor of textiles, Goras Bitik, on Sunday opened a new branch in Bakote to expand its outlets to customers. And in international news, police in Nigeria say gunmen on Sunday killed 16 people in an attack on a remote village in the country. And in sports news, Jareng Ward in Nyamina East constituency on Saturday held the final of its football tournament between Jareng United and Batinjol FC. Well, that's all we have for you in this bulletin of QTV News. Thank you very much for watching. Join us again at 10 for another bulletin.